Hello, this is a Platinum 4 Ramatra and Winston VOD review, and the post on this one said it felt like they did alright, the other tank was just better, and the scoreboard, everyone had 40 plus limbs, or 30 plus. So it's a bloodbath, we'll go through it.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Good vortex, that soldier's just trolling. And the Mercy. We won't talk about the aim, but that's fine. And both of those abilities didn't really have a purpose. You're already on a good corner, we don't really need the barrier. The vortex, we just kind of chucked it at the payload. If we waited for the diva to land and we can avoid Matrix, you can use it on her for chip damage, but both of those abilities were just kind of wasted. If you were gonna barrier, maybe like barrier on the res, give them something to try and hide around, but they didn't really need it. Now would be a great time to barrier. I don't know how your Mercy got deleted, but... And we sort of like just chucked the Matrix at the first thing we could see, which is the diva, and she did eat it. But even if she didn't, like, if you can just hold this corner and sort of vortex the squishies, the soldier, the Ana, that would be probably a better use of it. Yeah, and your team wanted to fall back, so I mean it's hard to tell in the moment that that's happening, that they were running away, but unless you're looking back, so we'll see if we get a retake. No, not really, your team's still in spawn. Good trade on the diva, though. If you get a chance to just beat up the diva with Nemesis, do it, because it forced a ult. Forced 2 ults, so yeah, it's unfortunate your Ashe dies to that somehow, but because the diva's in without the Ana help, and really even the soldier help, so you can beat her up and win this trade with your team. So this is fine. She made a good play whenever she picked your Hanzo up here, but everything after that was just feeding. You punished it, and then they used 2 ults to keep doing the dumb play. So this is fine. Yeah, and I mean you've got 2 teammates looking this way. Like, you're fighting basically a 3v3. You were already on top of this guy. We really don't need the ult. Maybe in a few seconds if we take a bunch of damage we can, but it's sort of really just another wasted ability. I don't like... If you wait another second to use the vortex too, you can sort of get a feel on which way they're going. Like, as soon as you punch him, he's like, oh, I just gotta go forward, I'm getting punched in the back. And that's when you like, yo, okay, the vortex goes here. We're just not hitting any of these vortexes for more than like 1 tick. So usually being more patient is what lands you the good vortexes. Like, obviously I could say do better vortexes, but usually waiting to get a feel of the people's direction. Yeah, like this guy's like, okay, I'm in the back, I'll just commit forward. So that's how when you know. But and as long as you're back like here, your teammates can see you, or if you're here, your Ana can see you. So just play around those line of sights. Alright, good job. Might as well get on the payload because they're getting free push. Okay, their diva's back. I was gonna say you might have had a chance to run up and at least clear this soldier, but the diva's back at this point because we waited around. And diva flew, so when diva flies like that, it's your choice to either fly after, or you can't fly after. That's why usually people set up here, is because on something like a ram or a Rhine, you basically can't follow her, so it's free. So that's why you sort of start here, but you're here, the diva flies, you might as well try and just chase this guy around or back to your team, because we're doing absolutely nothing here. Yeah, and notice again, like, the hasty vortex followed by a golden opportunity to vortex the backup payload, so this guy can't hide. So I mean, I just want you to see the opportunities are there 2 seconds after you use your abilities to use a better ability, because we're just using them pretty carelessly. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We were trying to get to cover and use our nemesis, but it was close. All right, I'm just trying to see if we'll get a retake, because we used our nemesis from spawn, which gave us a speed boost, but it's also kind of hard. Like, we gotta wait for our nemesis to be close before we touch again. So we can try and just make sure this Genji's not sitting here waiting to kill your backline, and then we gotta just sort of barrier and touch and actually get a retake. Okay, I'm like, this is the ultimate bad ability here, because like, how are we gonna retake now? Like, we're kind of screwed. 6 seconds to nemesis. We're not caring about our cooldowns. And on something like a ram, cooldowns are pretty important. It's not like a Maga or something. Pretty much cooldowns are important on every tank. I was trying to think of a tank where cooldowns aren't important. But I mean, it's especially important on ram, but... Yeah, this is a nightmare. Like, we can't even barrier this. Yeah, like, we don't have a barrier. Like, if we put barrier here, we could dance around it or something. But yeah, we eat that. Then we throw a nemesis at the ground. I think we were aiming for Ana, but we just flicked it again. And like, she's backing up, so like, okay, vortex here. And then we got her, but... Yeah, because she'd be cornered, she like would be struggling to like walk away, and she wouldn't have even gotten to that point, so. And then we give up on it. I don't know why we gave up on it, just kill the Ana. I'm gonna stare at this for dramatic effect. We don't need to beat the dead horse anymore. I think at this point you've realized your vortexes and barriers are like, a lot of times you barrier for no reason when you already have cover, like here. We're just missing these vortexes. We're not trying to trap people with them or see which way they're going and cut them off, or we're just missing, so. Oh, that's a bad valve. Yeah, there's nothing to go over there. There were just 4 people beating you up. A vortex like that is fine, because like, there's not going to be a fight really in the next 5 seconds. So you might as well just chuck it for some damage. Who cares? The barrier though, like the barrier, you gotta think, will there be a fight in the next like 8 seconds when barrier comes back up? And the answer is probably yes. So we've got this corner, we don't need to barrier. The barrier is to cut off Diva when she comes in, or it's for you to attack or retake. Like the barrier here would lead you in, block the Diva ult. Like, it's stuff like that. You want to make your own play, you do some damage, you cut off the Diva. Like, you just gotta maybe even just play a few games thinking like, okay, when do I barrier? Because it's just, that's gonna do so much for you.
Devour them.
And a play like this is pretty good, like we're going on them, but we're just not in our teammates' line of sight. And we got 1 pick, so nothing about this play suggests we should be doing this. Like, our teammates can't see us, we're down 1. That's why you can just stand here and play defense. And then as they come in, then you vortex this room and stop the Genji and the Mercy and try and get in the limb, but you're just feeding at this point. We finally got a chance for a good vortex, but it's like everything else is wrong besides the vortex. Yeah, and it's like, it probably feels like, oh, their tank's so much better, but all they did was be patient, wait for you to ruin your abilities, and stuff like that, so. Okay, I hear the soldier, yeah. See, they're like feasting on the fact you wasted your abilities. Like, oh, tank's not a problem anymore, boom. And people in Diamond do that sort of stuff. They pick up on like, oh, an important ability was used, now I'm going to go and attack. So, and we're just like hiding in the closet. Like, oh, make them go away, I'm hiding in the closet, but, so, yeah, that's just terrible ability usage and terrible, it was terrible cover that time and just not playing in your team's line of sight. So, sometimes on defense, you just need to be patient, wait for them to come in, because if they did this while you had your abilities, you would just beat the crap out of them. They're only doing this, or maybe they were going to do this anyway, they're only getting away with this because you wasted your abilities. So, I think we drove the point home. And every time you die and use your abilities terrible, your team also dumps a pointless ultimate, so it's adding insult to injury. But and we can just hide on payload and block. That's about all we can do. This guy's too far away, really. Maybe we can look for a punch on Genji, because he would be your only real target at this point, but the fact is, they won so easily last fight that they saved their 4 ultimates and now they're using them. So there's honestly no reason to even go over that anymore. So we're on attack now.
Ready for battle.
Okay, now here's the Winston.
All right.
I'm surprised your Sombra went that aggressive, but it's sort of a... We're in a great spot. Our supports can see us, like we're not exposed to that many people. It's like, why bubble? And it's not the end of the world to bubble like that, but it's just from what I've seen so far, you waste your abilities, so it's kind of like, for you, that's important not to bubble there, because, well, you try and make the change, but... Because, like, now we can drop the bubble and, like, dance in it and, like, have this great trade, this great HP trade where we trade out with the Diva and the Sombra helps us, and we can basically win here if we have a bubble. And we drop down, like we're harassing them, but we could be winning even harder here. Now your Sombra's running away because she took all the aggro, now we're in. So it's just the timing's off, but... Barrier's back. This was a great barrier and jump. Ram, it's harder to get away with something like this, but Winston, you can fling yourself in between people and you've got the 360-degree bubble, so... Like on Winston, this is a good play, getting between people, because you have your bubble, but... I mean, I guess we just didn't hear the Mercy, but... They're behind us. We need to just sort of pick at this point. Or pick earlier here. Your Sombra kind of has a feeding problem, but we should not be payload here. We should try to be taking control of the map or maybe helping your Kiriko on those guys, but... Good a limb on Genji though. So yeah, this is all good stuff. Helping your Sombra. So I noticed that whole time you were like very thoughtful about like, where am I jumping? When am I using my bubble? And your bubble's coming back, so you're playing safer. Like it just seems like there's a lot more thought about your abilities on Winston. And it's fine to go for the venture. Okay, a little less focus on the Winston because he's got 1300 HP. And honestly, he's kind of trolling again, but it's going to take you a long time to zap him, 70 damage a second. So I'd recommend just finding another target. If you want to go for the Ana or the Genji or whatever, the Mercy, just find another target besides Winston. Yeah, like we're charging a right click and looking at the Winston. It should definitely be the Mercy here. Okay, and I don't know, like the Primal's for more HP and to sort of help your team get through tough spots and you can batter people around. I don't know why we're counter primaling their Winston. This is just a waste of the ult. We can be doing this with the Tesla cannon, so it's just like we have 13 HP for nothing, and Primal Winston doesn't do any more damage. It's just the fact it knocks people around and gives you HP is why it's good, but Venture kills 3 somehow. That's weird, but Kiri's trying to teleport to you. Okay, and I gotta say, it's weird they're doing this, but if they're coming in on you hard and your tank, you just gotta bait them to your team. So like, okay, I'll reset here, but as soon as you go here, it's just they can't help you. Like there's the anti and the follow-up from Sid, like they're trying to help you, but you isolated yourself, so you can honestly just stand here, even if they were on something like a Hog or a Maga. If you just stand in a safe spot and bait them into 3 of your teammates' guns, you can win. You just need to make sure you're not line of sighting yourself. Oh, and the nade does hit, but we just sort of... Okay, and I don't mind you ignoring the Winston here, because he's going in by himself. As long as you take care of his follow-up, he's probably not going to actually be able to do anything against a Sim Ana, or Sim Kiri and Sombra, so I like you missed the jump, but I like how you just said, okay, I'll go for their backline. And then we change our minds, but... Now we can go for Winston. He's cut off from the Ana, so... And we should just immediately jump after that. Their tank's respawning, like immediately. Just jump after it. You can't lose. Okay, yeah, so we got that. We probably could have got the Mercy too, but... Their Winston jumped, we can go after their backline again. So yeah, I like how you're going after the squishier targets the last 2 team fights. Okay, smooth sailing. I probably wouldn't have jumped after that, because as soon as she uses fly, she can sort of escape you. So that's sort of a small micro thing. You like walk at them, do damage, force the ability, and then chase with your jump. Because we might end up just going in a circle for 5 seconds here. Okay, jump comes back at least. And we got it. So overtime. Your Sombra just is feeding again, like your Sombra's a feeder too, but good job scouting out the Sombra. There, Winston's feeding. So I mean, when your team was split up and they were going for your teammates, it was working, but they don't know how to dial it back. They don't know how to say like, oh, the whole team's clumped up here. I'll just control here, or wait for them to come here and I'll sit safe and then I'll drop down on them when they enter my team's line of sight. Like, their tank just doesn't get that. And I'm just mentioning that because your post mentioned their tank. So, I mean, as soon as your team plays alert and together and they counter swap to sim, it's like, now they're just an idiot. But so that's why you have to sort of mix in the aggression with figuring out your teammates' line of sight and the ability timings and not feeding, so. Yeah, and that's sort of a thing. You've got your supports there. It's probably safe to greed the bubble. And by greed the bubble, I mean literally just let the Ana shoot you. Except you have enough team help that you're 90% okay. And then you can drop the bubble like here and follow up on them. Like, just keep walking, take damage, and then drop it here when you actually want to block off people. That's what I mean by greed the bubble, because now you're kind of, you don't want to leave your bubble, so you just let them get away. And your Sombra's probably going to do another colossal feed. The one, your sim honestly is pretty bad, but there's a lot of things you could have done better. Yeah, that's absolutely terrible. But that's why it was important to recognize you weren't going to die there. I'm just going to keep walking, and then bubble here and greed the bubble. And, like, you should already be up here or here. Like, you don't know the Sombra's here, but if she just translocated up here, she couldn't have done that if you were here. I don't know what route she took, but it's like you should just be set up. It's not overtime yet. Just set up somewhere. That way you've got instant access to their back line. If the time, like, if their Winston goes in at this point, then you drop off and bubble this on it immediately. And you counterpunch them and get the better dive. We hit her head, that's unlucky. Alright, go to limbs. Ana's behind us in that cubby if we want to go for her, but we're kind of stuck on payload, so it's fine if you don't. Yeah, and that echo snuck in on us. So that's why if we look at the Winston too much, sometimes we let things surprise us. But the way to probably play this is just sit here and contest payload and wait for your bubble to come back up. Because Winston's very cooldown based. You have to touch, but you can let the overtime wick burn and then just sort of touch again, and then when your bubble comes back, then you pop out. Which is a micro thing. That Winston's trolling, but it's overtime, so I understand if you don't want to jump. That's your Sombra just being Sombra, and yeah, we're probably gonna die. Your Sombra baited you into that. Okay, I make that mistake all the time where I forget the wick burns faster. The overtime wick, I mean, but
Real glory comes from helping people, not hurting them.
Winston defense. Oh, I gotta talk about the ability usage again. Their Winston needed bubble because he jumped in against your whole team. We don't need bubble. We're in a safe spot. So if we can just shoot the Winston, and then maybe we can go for the Echo, the Venture, make sure they can't set up and take top. Like, we could make our own aggressive play now if we have bubble, but we can't, so. I think we just bubble because they bubbled. We took a lot of spam damage there. It's better just to sort of be patient, keep your bubble, like, you let them take a power spot. But the other option, if you don't want to go up here, is you just stay patient here. Because I've made a lot of full holds on this map. You can just stay here, wait for the backline to come up, and then sort of just walk off and bubble as they enter your teammate's line of sight, is how you do it. Or you just bubble trade these guys so they never actually get to take top. And your Ana can just pump heals into you while you do that. And they basically make no progress, so they're making a lot of progress now because you're eating all the spam early. Yeah, and that's just like, as soon as we get nervous, and I'm not picking on you, when I watch my own VODs, I freaking do this too in Masters 4. It's like, as soon as I get nervous, you just fling yourself at the other team's tank, but we could have saved our bubble, we could have killed the Mercy, we could have killed the Ana, traded backlines. It's just like two really pointless abilities. Like panic bubble, jump at tank. And all we're doing is letting him cleave damage us because he's going to leave in 3 seconds. So, and now like the Venture's getting in, like all this stuff is getting in behind us. So we've kind of lost containment of the other team at this point. They're just coming in to crush us. And all we can hope is that and we were just way too, like, we didn't have our HP back. We need to look around, get a health pack, wait for our supports to come back. We lost track of our health. And on Winston, like, what's our health? What's our bubble timing? Or like 2 questions you're always asking yourself. Above like the smaller things like, oh, I need to get back to my position. Like, HP and bubble timer are like the 2 things on Winston. That's really unfortunate from there. Yep, they're too far away to go. If you go for them, you'll be line of sighting yourself, and your team can't help, so this is about all you can do. And we're burying off the Winston's healing, so that's a better bubble. Like, we actually waited to drop it in between his healing, so that was a more thoughtful peel. And we didn't use jump either. Like, we recognize we can just walk over here. So we're back to using our abilities better. He feeds. Okay, good job. Oh, I did not expect your team to get picked there. We waited for our bubble timing to come back, and yeah, if we had healing bubble, because we haven't landed a chain right click once, so if we're choosing that perk, we need to be using our right click a little, but because we can just be getting 200 free healing here, basically, if we have healing bubble. And they got their ults first, that's kind of unfortunate. The good news is they've used all their ults now, so we can go in with our primal. Oh, that's horrible, our sim got picked, but you just gotta stay calm. Try and... You can probably go for the Venture. It's time to go for the Venture and clear out like the Echo and stuff, but we're gonna have one more fight. And I want you to be aggressive here. We have our ult. Their Winston's in here too, ulting. But yeah, you just need to go for a target here. Like, don't just passively stand here. Like, trade backlines. or go for venture and actually get in there. You have your bubble as insurance, or your ult and your bubble, so. Oh, well, I think we tried. I mean, what I probably would have done is just sort of drop the bubble earlier, and then you land at the rim. Like, if you drop the bubble earlier, then you land at the rim. You dropped it on the Ana and then tried to bunny hop to the edge of the rim, which almost worked, to be honest, but it's not as consistent as just dropping the bubble earlier and having the edge of the bubble be like here. Like the rim goes here, and then you sort of are already on it. Because getting slept by on is like the worst feeling in the world. And we can use our jump just for extra damage, like hold back so you don't actually go anywhere. Hold back and then jump to get the 50 damage, because that's how we actually burst kill her. Or try and burst kill her. Yeah, our team just does. So, I mean, that's kind of why it's important to be first. Especially if you have your ult first. Like, if I have a 40% chance to just kill this Ana, like, take it. Because if it doesn't work, you have your